1 Wild West Bass Trail Lake Shasta Pro-Am starts today. Can't wait to get going. Can't wait to put the boat in the water. Let's get this thing started.
So the 2018 season started at Lake Shasta. First time I had ever been up there. Caught a ton of fish. Had a blast, but I could not seem to find the right size fish to do well in this tournament.
690 yesterday, 807, followed it up. Improvement on day 2. That's all you can ask for sometimes, you know.
Yeah, it was a different day. I did something completely different. Just had a lot of fish still, but it was just a little bit better quality doing something different. But
Sure.
Couldn't find those 2 pounders.
So Lake Shasta ended up being a pretty tough finish for me, but Don Pedro was right around the corner.
We just got a text from a tournament director that said we're not launching until 9 o'clock due to weather. It's snowing at the host hotel, and guys are having a hard time getting down here. A little bummed out about that, not gonna lie.
The Don Pedro event was full of tough weather. Practice had brutal weather. The last day of practice was just absolutely brutal. We could only fish for about half a day. Then there was snow the morning of day 1, and we got the late start. I wish I would have been able to apply more of the stuff I learned from Lake Shasta and apply it here at Don Pedro, because the fishing is somewhat similar.
Yeah, just 5 small ones.
You're going to start off with 817, so good luck to you tomorrow, young man.
Heading down to the water to launch the boat right now. I'm last flight, which hopefully is good. Gives me, a little bit extra time to try to catch some fish.
Day 2 at Don Pedro, I was able to make a couple adjustments and catch a few more fish and a bigger bite, which was definitely a difference maker in my weight from day 1 to day 2. If only I could have had a few more big ones in that event, I would have had a much better finish. So for my first 2 tournaments of the year, I had really bad day 1s, and then I made some adjustments on day 2 and did a lot better, but still wasn't good enough to put me where I needed to be in order to make the day 3 cut. But the 3rd tournament of the year was at Lake Havasu. I thought I had better chance of doing well there, but again, I struggled. I missed the bite altogether and had a horrible finish.
bigger weight than that, but that's the way it goes. There's always tomorrow.
Absolutely. You'll start with 11:53, Matt. Good luck to you tomorrow, sir.
The Lake Havasu event was a full-on spawning tournament. I did very little sight fishing, and that's where I missed the bag completely. I should have sight fished a lot more and hopefully found some big fish and been a lot more competitive.
Next up, we have professional angler, Mr. Matt Luna. Come on up, Matt. Doesn't look like you have what you had yesterday, sir. A little tough day.
Yeah, this was pretty tough for me and my co today. I really wish I could have had more weight, and I learned some things. I'm paying my dues out here, and I got a lot to learn. So.
Day 1, Wild West Bass Trail Pro-Am on the California Delta. Practice wasn't very good, but we're out here this morning. We're gonna go try to catch some fish.
So I'd never seen the California Delta before. It's an amazing place to fish. It's full of big fish. Caught some good ones in practice, caught a couple solid fish in the tournament, but I just wasn't on the right bites, and I missed some key bites, and key fish didn't make it to the boat, which really made my finish not so good.
It was tough. I kind of finished. This is my third day out here on the Delta ever, and it was the best day I've had so far. I had the kicker to go with my bag, and it came off right next to the boat. So we're going tomorrow.
I struggled a little bit yesterday. I had the right bites, I just couldn't get the right ones to get into the boat. I'm gonna do a lot of the same stuff again today. I feel like there's fish in that area and I could get some of those big bites.
I really thought that going back to the same areas that I fished on day 1 was going to be a good decision. I thought there was plenty more fish there, and I had the bites on day 1 to do well in this tournament, but they just didn't make it to the boat. So I figured I could repeat some of what I did on day 1, hopefully get some of those fish in the boat that I wish I would have had on day 1. But unfortunately, it seemed like the bite changed. I had a lot harder time getting quality bites and getting the fish that I was expecting, and didn't have a very good day.
Tough weekend for me. This is my first time up here at the Delta, and it was tough, as you can see.
So I finished the Delta tournament in 78th place, far from where I would have liked to have finished. It was my first time out on the Delta. It was a great experience, and I can't wait to go back again. So the next event for the year was the One Bass US Open. It's the biggest event of the year. Tons of great fishermen fish it, and it's just an awesome experience.
One Bass US Open starts today. I'm heading out to my boat to head to the lake. I'm hoping we're going to be able to fish today. The wind is supposed to be really bad, so there's a chance that it might get canceled for today, and then we just have a 2-day tournament instead of 3 I'm hoping we can go fishing, but gotta head to the lake and see what happens.
Hey guys, this is Bill Egan, Tournament Director for Juan Bass. Drove all the way up to Echo Bay to check out the conditions after canceling the event this morning. Just to confirm the decision I made was the right decision for all the safety, for all the anglers, boaters and non-boaters combined. The conditions up here at Echo Bay are not safe at all.
Well, day one of the U.S. Open is canceled due to weather. Well, we're going to try this again. It's day 2 of the WON Bass U.S. Open. Yesterday got canceled, but I'm heading out.
So even though the first day of fishing was canceled due to weather, there was still some wind and weather on day 2, and the weights showed it. These Lake Mead fish seem to bite really good when there's some wind and some weather, and my weight was just not high enough to compete with the weights that were brought in that day.
5 fish, 5 alive. Total weight right here. Ooh, 10. Up. 8.38 pounds. Hey, man.
I definitely need to catch them. Not too far outside check range in order to make up ground, but I'm looking for like 10, 11 pounds to be sure to get a check. Otherwise, if I get 9 or so, I'm going to be cutting it close.
So the weather on this final day of the U.S. Open was much different than day 1 and the day 2, and the weights showed it. The weights dropped a lot from day 1. A lot of the guys that caught them really good on day 1 or the first day of fishing didn't catch them very well. On this final day, I was able to stay relatively consistent, and if I had a day 3, I think my tournament would have been completely different.
Matthew, how's it going, bud?
It's going good. We had a grind today. We got 5, thankfully. We'll see how it goes. I think I'll be on for a check. I'm hoping I'll get there.
Well, maybe only pair of closest because the 5 guys out in the lane, you're going to 3 pair of closest, 7.54 pounds.
I wrapped up my U.S. Open with a 71st place finish. I jumped up a lot with my weight I had on day 2 or the final day of this tournament. It wasn't enough to put me in check range. I missed a check by 1.16 pounds, so I was about 1 quality fish away from cashing a check in this tournament. 2018 was a great year of fishing. I have no complaints. I have no regrets. I learned a lot. I gained a lot of experience, and I'm looking forward to 2019. I don't know what it's going to look like yet, but I can't wait to get started and fish whatever tournaments I'm able to.